everyone, it's Allie. It's Thursday, which means it's time for the tea. It's actually very late at night / early in the morning on Thursday. I'm getting a little late night work time in. I hope everybody's been doing really well, staying safe, taking care of themselves mentally and physically, all that stuff. If you're not following us on social media, you're doing it wrong. Make sure you do that immediately when you're done with this video. We are on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at BodyCandy. We are also on Snapchat.com Snapchat. Our handle is BodyCandy.com. Facebook.com /BodyCandy YouTube.com /BodyCandy and of course Pinterest.com /BodyCandy. I have a cat lurking, as per usual. Sebastian. Hello. So today I'm going to go through a couple more email questions that I received in the past week. There were just a few in here that I thought were, there were 3 specifically, that I thought were really good questions that gave me a chance to just kind of explain a couple things that I've explained before, but maybe in a little bit more depth. And also just, I like responding to you guys on a video. It is fun for me. It gives me, I think I probably said this last time I did this, but time to think out loud with you here so that you can kind of see that I'm not a loon, but also don't forget that I'm not medically trained. So if you have any serious medical issues, please contact your doctor or your piercer. It's very important. So the first one that I got that I thought was a really good one is from Kaylin. And Kaylin said, "Hello, I got my navel pierced 2 days ago, and I thought it was perfect." It's a little belly button for anybody that doesn't know. Later on the same day, I noticed that the bottom part of it looked a little slanted to the right, but the top ball is perfectly centered. Do you think this is because of swelling, or did my piercer pierce the bottom hole a little crooked? The answer to that is most likely swelling. Swelling is like the worst thing ever, especially for the first week on anything. It just makes everything feel wonky. It's not comfortable. But obviously it's something that you get through and it goes by so quick and then you're done with it. But yes, Kaylin, the answer to that is most likely. A lot of people message me when they first get pierced the first week and they're panicking. Honey. And it's normal because you have this injury to your body and you're uncomfortable and it's something that you want to look nice and you're nervous that it's not, and it's just very easy to get overwhelmed by that. But have no fear. It's most likely fine. You can always have your piercer check. That's something that can be done in person or hopefully in photo. And if for some reason they do think it's crooked, or you in another week or two are like, no, this is crooked, don't forget that we usually discuss that things can be taken out and redone. But actually that leads me into a second question that I got that I was very interested in, from Alexandra. Because Alexandra actually has an issue stemming from a re-pierce. So I thought that that was a good one to show you that this is not an exact science. Everybody's bodies are different. Guys, my cat is an acrobat. He just so badly wants to cuddle, but he can't decide where, and he must be on the front. So Alexandra said, "Help, my cartilage sucks. So I've had multiple different cartilage piercings and they've all either rejected, gotten keloids, or just haven't healed after a year. I'm going to a good piercer. She uses good quality jewelry. She's done all my other piercings and they've all healed really wonderfully. I'm good about aftercare, and after all these failed attempts, I'm unable to get my cartilage pierced. I got my nose pierced, my 3rd attempt at getting it, which is also a cartilage piercing, a few months ago, and my nose literally bent the jewelry to push it out. I desperately want more piercings, especially in my ears. I was told by many that tea tree oil was the go-to, but I read a previous year, Allie, and you said no to tea tree oil. Could that be why my cartilage won't clear? My cartilage won't heal. Ugh. Could that be why? The answer is it could be. There's also a number of other things that this could be. It sounds like your body maybe just isn't a huge fan of cartilage piercings, which is unfortunate. It happens for some people, so Alexandra is someone who has taken things out, has gotten them re-pierced, and is going to someone that's reputable and using good jewelry. And sometimes you just can't necessarily help that your body is saying no. You can always invest in really cute clip-ons and cuffs and things like that to add to your ears. I know it's not exactly the same, but it still gives you the same look. I have a lot of really simple, even just seamless rings that you bend a little bit. I wear those around my conch a lot. And we do have the spring-loaded faux rings. I think they might be out of stock right now, but we do carry different faux jewelry for you to try stuff out. So I hope that answers that question. The tea tree oil is the big one that I want to talk about, mostly because I've put up a couple things on Instagram this week, and each time I go in and I see a comment of someone saying they're having a healing issue, I go on and I do delete those comments. I delete those comments that talk about tea tree oil, because that is not the right recommendation for a piercing. People are not... I'm assuming that it probably doesn't always cause an issue, and some people have done it and had good luck, and that's why they're recommending it, and that's fine. But they're probably, maybe their skin isn't sensitive. What if you have sensitive skin? So that's just the tip of the iceberg with that. So I thought that I would maybe explain tea tree oil a little bit more so that everybody can understand where I'm coming from with it, because it is something that doctors, this is per doctor research and information on the internet. I always find nice reputable sites to give you any of this information. And again, for like the third time, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a piercer. Tea tree is known and thought to be a natural antibacterial and anti-inflammatory. And so because of that, it sounds like it would be good for piercing care. It's not, because it dries out your wound and affects the healing process. Your body is going to go through this healing process. There's oils and natural things that your body does and pushes to those spots to help you heal that up. Tea tree affects that. And the other thing with this too, again, comes down to skin sensitivity. Tea tree isn't meant to be put on the skin directly by itself. It needs a carrier oil. There's all sorts of information that goes along with that, if you're even going to use it on your skin at all. And that's not even just for a piercing. That's just in general. It needs to be cut down. But the drying process is the real issue with that. And it's also not guaranteed. There's nothing that shows that it helps reduce a keloid or anything like that. Most of the time, especially if a keloid gets larger, you can go to a doctor. There's different options. They can inject steroids into it. They can be removed. There's a lot more with that. But I just really wanted to make the time to explain that it's not necessarily that the makeup of tea tree should make it a bad thing. It sounds like a good thing that would be good for piercings, but it's not an exact science, and everybody's skin is different, and you need to let your body naturally heal. Saline solutions, cleaning, hot water. And you even want to do that minimally. You don't want to touch things more than you need to. You don't want to be poking around and stuff. Let things be. Let nature take its course. It's a lot better in the long run. So that's my little jam about that. And the last one that I want to acknowledge, that I thought was just a quick moment to acknowledge a few things. I don't want to read through this one too much because it's super long, which I'm not complaining about. I love reading all of your stories. But Brandy C emailed me. Brandy is 35 years young with 3 kids and lives in Texas, and has tons of modifications. Nostrils pierced on both sides, septum, tongue, helix, 3 lobes, stretched lobes, tattoos, things like that. And long story short, Brandy has a coworker that's body shaming and kind of asking her, you're 35 and you're a mom, why are you still being tattooed and pierced? Why are you still doing that to your body? And really shamed Brandy to the point that she's wearing long sleeves in 100-degree weather. And that's just not cool. Y'all, if you have a job where you have to take out your jewelry for a medical reason to keep somebody safe, maybe you prepare food and your body requires you to take your jewelry out, that's understandable. I get that. You got to be careful. But to shame someone for their looks and their desires of how they want to look and their modifications, it's just terrible. And also, I have said this time and time again, I think it's a wonderful environment for kids to be around. It's just like teaching a little kid that they can be artistic or musical, or they can be a construction worker or whatever, marine biologist. It's all in the same thing. It's teaching a child that they can do and be what they want, and that's wonderful. So I really, really wanted to take the time to say that out loud for anybody that's maybe feeling a little pressured. Some of us Some people in this world just don't get it, and that's okay. They're not in the club, and that's fine. But I hope that was all. I know it's a little rambly, but I hope those are all things that maybe just were a little bit of information for your day. Make sure you come hang out with me on Facebook Live tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I do the yearly subscription giveaway to our monthly clubs, which we have 9 of currently. And of course, we'll be looking at jewelry and doing Q&A and all that kind of stuff. So please come please come hang out tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and say hello. And other than that, I will see you in the interwebs. I love you all so much.